70% of 70%. What is your big collection worth? Okay, so this is my big collection woes discussion here. So, you have been collecting Magic for years and you've amassed all these cards and it's time to sell. How do you do that? A lot of people will price out their cards on TCG Player or Mana Box, and then they're going on to Facebook and they're looking for a buyer to buy the whole lot on Facebook. Now, look, it's obvious that that's the easiest way to go. That is the least amount of effort, and so therefore directly correlating with that is that's the least amount of cash you're going to get, because you got to put in the time if you want the top dollar, right? That's just the way it works. So all the time you see people on Facebook, oh, I this is worth $8,000 on TCG app or Mana Box, and I'm willing to take 70% of TCG low, so I want freaking $5,000 or whatever the hell it happens to be, and it seems reasonable. And then you look at their list and they're pricing out every little dollar common and everything, and it's like, bro, your collection isn't worth that. First of all, subtract all the like $1 cards and $5 cards, and maybe you're gonna get 25 cents on a dollar for that type of stuff, and you can just be like, I want $300 for those cards. Anyway, people don't realize what buyers are actually out there buying, like the reality of the situation. Like, go to a Magic Con and try and sell your cards, and you'll see the reality of the situation, because that's, again, the easiest way out. If you really want to squeeze out your pennies, you're going to have a TCG seller page, you're going to have eBay, you're going to be slinging cards hardcore, dollar cards in plain white envelopes. I'm not willing to do that. So that means that I'm going to get less when I sell, how I sell, if I sell, right? So they're like, oh, yeah, 70% of TCG app. And it's kind of funny because that's like what most people say. But what they don't realize, the reality of the situation is going to be 70% of that. Basically, 50% of like what you think you have is probably where you're at most of the time, right? So 70% of 70% is kind of crazy to think about, but that's more of the reality if you're not willing to work for it. If you're selling on Facebook, again, this is like the easy way out. You're not going to make the top dollars. It's like selling to stores on a buy list, and actually you'll probably make more doing that. It's kind of interesting to see. I was looking at a buy list with one of my patrons recently. Shout out to Shadow Cloud. Some of his cards that he was buy listing, he actually got more in on a buy list than TCG low. So it's curious to see the balance shifting a little bit from TCG low back to buy list. And it seems like every time buy list is going to be worth it because of the amount of time difference and like the amount of value. It just... You go to a big store and compare a couple of buy lists, but yeah, that seems like what's going to be worth it. And look, I'm not saying just to trust a store and send everything to one. I'm saying have a few stores open on your browser, compare the prices on each of those buy lists, and choose the one that fits you. Like, for me, it's either Card Kingdom credit or cash from Abu or other places that I'm willing to take, because Card Kingdom tends to have the supply of things that I want. That's the only other reason. And they offer a lot in trade-in. But yeah, the reality of the situation is your collection is not worth as much as you think it is. A lot of the times, some of the reasons why is condition. And just like, certain cards just aren't worth as much to a reseller as other cards. Popular hot cards, they have hot lists on buy lists and at Magic cons for reasons. These cards are being played, these cards are being bought. Other cards that aren't being played and bought, they may be expensive, but they're going to sit on their shelf for a while, so they're worth less. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors that go into the value of your collection, and most people don't take those into account when they're selling and they will get offended by people giving them a realistic buying price. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe. If you're not a patron and you can support the channel and you like my content, please do consider supporting the channel. We open stuff like Silver Age boxes on the Patreon and things like that all the time. Otherwise, remember to like and subscribe. If you're going to buy any cards, remember to use the TCG Player affiliate link in the description. Take care. Have a lovely day. I'll catch you soon. Peace.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?